The government says the so-called shoe bomber Richard Reed, who was subdued by other passengers on a flight to Miami last Christmas, wanted to destroy an airplane during the holidays in order to ruin the airline industry. More tonight on the FBI and the September 11th hijackers. There's been speculation for weeks now about how much the government actually knew about what a group of Middle Eastern men taking flight training in Arizona was up to. Well, ABC News has learned that the FBI got very close to the hijacker believed to have been on a jet into the Pentagon on September the 11th. The problem was the FBI's informant had no idea who he was on to. ABC's John McCarthy has an exclusive report from Washington.
Aukai Collins says he was paid $2,500 a month as an FBI informant in Pheonix. In a stunning disclosure to ABC News, he claims that 3 years before September 11th, he began providing the FBI with information about Hani Hanjour, a young Saudi who later helped fly hijacked American Airlines Flight 77 into the side of the Pentagon.
They knew he lived in Pheonix. They knew his phone number. They knew
his address. They knew what he drove. They knew everything there was to know about the guy.
The FBI emphatically denies that Collins provided any information about Hani Hanjour, but they do admit that they paid Collins to monitor the Islamic and Arab communities of Pheonix because of his unusual background. A self-styled Islamic holy warrior, Collins was born in the U.S. In trouble with police as a teenager, he says he found religion, Islam, and eventually went overseas to fight. In Chechnya, he lost his leg to a landmine. Once in Pheonix in 1996, the FBI asked Collins to focus on a group of young Arab men, many of whom were taking flying lessons. Hani Hanjour was part of the group.
They drank alcohol. They messed around with girls and stuff like that. They all lived in an apartment together, Hani and the others.
Collins said he provided the FBI with basic facts, letting the FBI take it from there.
And when I said there's this, short, skinny Arab guy who's part of this crowd, drives, such and such a car, I assumed that they would then, start tracing him and see who his contacts are.
The FBI in Pheonix either failed to monitor Hanjour's communications or Hanjour himself practiced extraordinary skill in hiding his intentions because the FBI never regarded him as a threat. Much to the dismay of the FBI, Collins has written a book about his exploits, soon to be published, called My Jihad. The FBI was not alone in failing to predict Hanjour and his group were dangerous.
I can't figure it out either. How they went from their backyard to flying airplanes into buildings.
Congress cannot figure it out either, as it continues to demand answers from the FBI. John McCarthy, ABC News.